touch with your inner Bob. Join SpongeBob and Patrick on their most perilous journey ever to a mysterious place that...
That's right. Start making me money!
Welcome. Never fear, good citizens of Bikini Bottom. The manager is here. Yep, excitement, adventure. Just another day in the life of a manager. It's a short slide from manager to, well, not manager. This is a job for a manager.
To see what...
This is a job for a manager. These just ooze macho. A manager is always prepared.
What's up, Mudu and iPie?
A manager is
How's it
always
going?
prepared.
On this lovely Sunday.
Hey.
Don't be like that, Lucy. Don't be like that, bro. I just thought it was about time I got back in the rap game, you know? You can expect a little bit of rust on the comeback. Just give me a couple days to iron it out, you know? That's fun. Thank you, iPie. Anyway... I mean, okay, so I got 9 hours of sleep, which was not according to plan. I only had, like... By the time I actually, like, turned the PC on, turned the game on and everything, I had, like, 55 minutes to, like, practice, I think. I had to rush it, but I kept also missing tricks, so... Like... I missed SCDA out of bounds twice in a row, and I did not attempt it a third time, because I just had to rush the... I just practiced what I felt like was important, but, like, it just went shit... And then I got hit in Neptune twice. I got, like, the worst ever 3-meter. It just, like, really was not going my way. But I needed to fucking rush practice so that I could, I didn't even practice, Wave 3 now that I'm in combat. Like, I just, like... I wanted to put, like, give as much attention as possible to... I grinded that for, like, 20 minutes.
SpongeBob.
I got a healthy amount of sleep, which was not according to plan. Was 9 hours is like oversleeping. If I slept for 8 hours, everything would have been a-okay. Why, hello there, Carden and Lena. How are we doing today? Thank you for the good luck. Hope you're doing great. This, Sunday is just an average day, I would say. I tried the Wave 2 thing, and it seemed, I don't know, I only tried it once, but, like, it worked, so I think I'll be doing it. And as for Spewer Boost, I have a lot of issues with the setup still, but I'm undeniably getting it noticeably more often, so I'm doing it. It just is, like, more consistent, even if it has some pretty bad traits. Like, I have a lot of beef with that fucking strat, like, even that setup. Because, like, if you miss it at all, you automatically lose more time with the setup because you had to do a ledge grab. It's possible to just miss the ledge grab entirely, and then you just can't even hope to do the trick. Like, it's a lot more, like, angle precise, which means that, like, the average miss of that trick, you're more likely to fall into the acid and lose even more time. And you're more likely to only get a half spewer boost, like you only get the first bash and don't have the angle for the second one. And then that's half the time save gone on top of the ledge grab, so you're only getting like a quarter of the time save. And the jump spacing thing is stupid. But I'm still just, like, I'm getting it more often, and it does have good traits, like, it hardly matters where you ledge grab, it's more about, like, walking and like, when you bash. But even the bash, can, whenever you bash, seems more consistent, as well, like, it seems a little more lenient. It's more about, like, the direction you walk in is, like, what's incredibly precise, for some reason. Yeah, no, it is more consistent, it just has its own downsides. But it's worth doing, I would say. Also, I feel like I kind of half figured out Sunday jumps. As in, to prevent the rock lock. I was, like, definitely turning too soon, originally. Like, if you turn late, you do risk, like, a higher chance of just missing the trick. But because you're, like, so far away from, like, that sweet spot that you don't want to be in, you're quite unlikely to rock lock. Like, then your speed matters more if you do a late turn, but it's just more consistent still. And because there's less chance of a rock lock, it means you just get the trick more often overall, even though, when it comes to just getting it, it's arguably harder when you do it later, but because you're not gonna rock lock, it's arguably more consistent overall. With that and not having the rock lock, or it's like very low chance. I'd have to like fumble pretty hard to rock lock if I'm purposely turning late. Also, if you miss it when turning late, you usually don't lose as much time, because you'll generally have a straighter angle after missing it, which means that you don't have to, like, do an awkward turn before, like, nitroing, like, accidentally into the popsicles or whatever. Oh, is it popsicles? It's, like, some obstacle on the thing, on the grass. But either way, like, the miss is faster generally, too. And I'm paying more attention to my setup for sandwich out of bounds. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good overall. It's just that my practice session was fucking bad. But like, this run's getting somewhere. as the first run of the day. I got like 8th try rubber dub 1 frames. Like... I didn't time it, but like I said, compared to guitaring but not getting hit, it's bound to be slower. But compared to trying the guitar and getting hit, it's bound to be faster because all the foggers stand still, and it isn't just that. If it's early enough after you got hit, even the new ones that spawn will just stand there and laugh at you. It just, like, stops them from walking over to you. It's bound to be faster compared to getting hit and guitaring. It has to be. I don't practice and then stream. I practice then eat, then stream. Otherwise, I'd have to eat, like, almost immediately after waking up. And I wouldn't be hungry.
So much destruction.
Yeah. I'm feeling good about, like, all the consistency updates. I mean, there's still trash in the run. Now that I'm at ball extra, it fucking sucks. For example. Combat Wave 3 is still terrible. BBBH Combat is still terrible. Like, guest jumps are hard, fast corkscrews hard, Neptune is hard. But this is, like, definitely a step in the right direction. The only problem with that now though immense safety strat is that, well, the ledge grab setup is that I'm, like, literally never golding that segment ever again. Loses too much time. Yeah, I think, like... Other than just, like, tricks that inherently suck and you can't really do anything about them... I think the next worst one is arguably the ball extra at the beginning of Now That We're Men. Yes I did, I think. Purple Foundation viewers, when they try to convince Purple to keep an emote by saying that one person would have used it in the last 10 years. No, you don't understand, Purple. We must keep insert emote no one ever uses, because I would have used it for the first time in a year. No! Anyway, yeah, the ball strat is really bad. Like, you can stand, like, you can do, like, that safety strat that we already know about, but it loses, like, 2 seconds. It's not worth. I've tried a lot of experimentation. What we actually need is a fast setup where you just hold, like, one fucking direction the entire time, and it does not exist. There is no fast setup where you can just do that. It has to be slow. Which is, like, lame as fuck. I feel like the KYS emote basically serves the same purpose. While also arguably having more opportunities where you could use it. Because, like, the restrain emote, like, you're restraining yourself because somebody's take is bad. It's not as specifically useful, but it can be used for more things. Yeah. It's a pretty good emote. First run of the day. I'm just like, I'm the GOAT. These consistency strats are fucking nuts. I mean, like, I just get to sandwich driving, like, infinitely more often than I used to. And then, like, oh my god, a 217 as well, that's fast as fuck. And, like... Oh yeah, I forgot to check if my mic is in frame. Okay. I always like to have the mic as close to me as possible, without it being in frame. So that, like, if I accidentally talk a bit quiet, then you can still hear me just fine. Dude, there are some lines in the PvZ video where I'm, like, accidentally facing slightly away from the mic, and you can kind of tell. Because I almost start like this, almost, and, like, I must do, because I just sound noticeably quieter, and then midway through the sentence, I'll just, like, get louder. But not because I'm talking louder, it just sounds like I'm closer to the mic. Thank you, Garden. Wow, cheap viewers? How cheap are we talking, bro? Considering that they're bots, like, they'll probably just get banned, like, anyway. Like, if you buy that service, like, it probably stops working after, like, a week. And besides, do you want it to look like you have a dead chat? You really want, like, 80 viewers or whatever? And, like... You know, Twitch will probably not partner you. They'll probably know that something is up. Like... They'll probably look at, like... If you, like, all of a sudden got more viewers out of nowhere, they would probably look into how this happened and if these viewers are gonna stick around. Because they're bots, they'll probably disappear by the end of the month. So then you'll need to keep buying viewers. Just to, like, maintain that. Just so you can consistently prove to Twitch, look, I get over 75 viewers consistently. But then they'll probably look at the chat and see it's fucking dead and be like, okay, something's up here, bro. Dude, I don't want to risk that, but... that was quite the dilemma I was in just then. Risk killing the run entirely, or have the run suck. I picked the latter because there's just such a novelty to getting this far on the first attempt. And I could be minus again out of, like, BBBH if I play really good. I would realistically expect myself to be minus out of Now That We're Men, so that's what matters, really. It, like, doesn't really matter how plus you are at the beginning, as long as you're obviously minus by the end of the run, but even just, like, minus out of, like, Now That We're Men, it's just that it's really hard to save time in Now That We're Men, which is why I always fucking reset if I lose, like, 5 seconds in the early game.
I found one last.
We've tried buffering them, but it just, like, doesn't work. I don't know why, but you just get, like, no lag. I don't know why you get, like, how do you get enough lag for flood and block skip, like, easily, but you just don't get enough lag for these SpongeBob frames? Doesn't really make sense. You say texture setup, but, like, it's on a brown platform where it's, like, considering camera angle, too, like... I don't know, I feel like setups for 2 frames are kind of low-key copium. Like that on buffers. Like, over the years, I've seen people argue that no cheese 1 frame isn't that bad because you have, like, visual cues, and it's like, the visual cue in question is literally, like, how close the manlies are to, like, being collected by you. Like, that's the visual cue, and you're nowhere near the token.
You have to get...
Well, now that we're men, Flood and Block is probably the easiest one to 2 frame without buffers, because... just, like, you land in roughly the same spot, like, every time. It's, like, good enough to just kind of, like... But people don't, like, 2 frame it, usually, because they shit themselves after they get the trick. That's the issue. Like, we knew it saved time back in the day, but we hardly ever went for it, because we would just, like... Navo Mem was such a run killer because of Flood and Block skip that, like, you just... It's just like, holy fuck, I got the trick, and you just don't really, like, think about it. Hello, Wilcon. I don't think that is a thing that exists, unfortunately. Anyway, how's it going? Also, at the end of the day, Carden, like, the second frame not telling you if you collected the token is still gonna play mind games with you. That's the issue. Like, part of the reason why, like, those fucking 2 frames are so missable is because people will, like, inch up to them, and they get the second frame, but obviously, like, they don't want to risk it, they don't want to lose their run. And then you unpause and you would have gotten the 2 frame. It's just like, it's mind games. It'd be so much better if, like, the second frame told you if you got it. It'd be way easier. What's up, Baz? How's it going? That's good, Wilcon. That's not good. I don't want a ledge grab, please, and thank you. Yeah, I don't think I've seen you in a while. How is life? Oh, really? Good luck with that. That sounds scary. I don't think there is any way to tell it. Like, I feel like we would have picked up on it by now, but I have been amazed by... You know how, like, 80% of strats in this game, after we find them, the immediate reaction is, how did it take so long to find this? So, I mean, I suppose it's possible. I still really don't think so. But I'm not gonna say that it's, like, impossible that there's an indication. I'm risking it. I'm not missing 2 token frames. Okay, good. I don't know. We literally need SpongeBob buffers, bruv. To be fair, I haven't tackled that in like 3 years, so I could try again, but... They're really annoying to practice because it just takes so long to get back. I mean, your best bet is just doing 3K SpongeBob over and over again. But it just takes a while to get there, and obviously you can't generate lag on hard drive, so I can't even like beg Latte to do something with that. Mr. Squidward. At least we're not dealing with the Planktopolis SpongeBob. It's like probably the hardest 2-frame in the game. But I don't do the route where you can even 2-frame it, so I don't have to worry about it. It's so bad. It's genuinely horrible. Like... You can if you want, but I'm not implementing it, even if I can get it, like, 75% of the time, because... that wasn't actually, like, the big issue. Well, it was a big issue, but, like... It was actually, like, half of the issue was, like, the move. Because you have to, like... To save as much time as possible, you, like, bash boost off of the lava. And, well, basically, like, it was really easy to just lose too much health. You'd have 2 health afterwards, so if you got hit by the move at all, which seemed to happen, like, half the time, then you just get fucked, basically. Because then you had to get backup health. Anything else on your setup wish list? Well, the Navo Men Ball, and setups for BBBH combat. You can't despawn the spitters, so that's out of the question. So I don't think there is, like, a good setup you could find. Yeah, you have upgraded health by them, but after damaging yourself on the move missiles and then the lava, you only have 2 health left. And the move, like, half the time would hit you. And what if the move hit you before you bash boost off the lava? Then you would, like, definitely have 1 health, or you'd have to not bash boost yourself on the lava. Either way, like, you're losing time. And then the 2-frame was, like, genuinely horrendous. If you look into it, I would be very appreciative. Even if you come out empty-handed. I'm not good at finding stuff, and I'm just too busy actually, like, playing the game and, like, stuff. I did a lot of editing yesterday. I was kind of bummed out because I had only done, like, 5 minutes, and then just kind of went ham. like, I need to, like, do some, like, I have some text where it's just, like, insert a joke here of some kind. But still, in terms of, like, the visual editing, I've still done over 9 minutes, which is pretty good. I need, like, some kind of praying meme. That's one of the things I need. Yeah, that doesn't even, like, super save time, because, like... Hold on. That wouldn't even save much, because if you time your spins correctly, you can, like, deflect their shots when there aren't really enemies around you anyway, or you're waiting for them to pile up so you can guitar them, so it's just, like, that's not even, like, a big thing. One thing I should look into is if standing in, like, the middle of the arena at the beginning of the waves and kind of, like, spamming guitar could be worth it. Just a couple seconds before the spit hits you. That could maybe be worth it, but it's never been timed or anything. Because you'd have to compare it against, like, a good normal attempt, and a lot of people are not going to do that, like, optimally anyway. It's really hard to, like, compare shit in combat when there's just, like, a lot of tiny luck elements and just, like, little chokes you could do.
Do you have any freaks?
Like, I've had segments where I just get hit by a spitter, lose ice physics glitch, and the enemies are all laughing at me and I lose, like, 2 seconds. But ice physics glitch doesn't matter there. And then I must just, like, play the rest of it really good to kind of, like, negate losing those couple seconds. You can't, because there's so many spitters, and the spit is faster than the missiles. But yeah, like, the spitters are all spitting at different times, coming from different directions.
Patrick, I think you mean...
We guitar spam for now that we're in combat, but only because of, like, knowledge we have now. Like, where you can despawn, a Papa, and then if you kill the other Papas, the Papas will never respawn, because just, like, the game still thinks you're on the first batch of Papas. Because you literally just stand in a position where one of them just physically can't spawn. We do that on Wave 2 and 3. Technically even Wave 1, actually. Yeah, there's still RNG to it, but it made the segment a lot more consistent. Like, like, back in the day, a good Naldomen combat was still, like, 15-20 seconds off the gold. And now, a mid-combat is, like, 7 seconds off the gold, so we've definitely improved it a lot. With golds getting faster, too. Like, it's definitely a lot better than it used to be, even though it's killed so many of my runs still. Like, you're playing with less luck, technically, in the sense of the number of luck elements that can occur. However, the luck that can occur is that it can just straight up fucking kill you. So, when the luck is bad, it's, like, significantly worse. But you are a lot less likely to just constantly just get, like, bad luck. But it's definitely worth it for being faster and overall more consistent, for sure. Even if the risk is a lot higher.
This place...
What's up, Latte and Darkside? Maybe I'll try a little bit of BBBH combat after this run. Just for like a couple minutes, I might just try, I don't know. Power outage is cringe. I haven't had a power outage in forever. If I recall correctly, I swear the last time the power flickered was like... I don't even know if it was when I was in this room. I don't even know if this was a livable room the last time it happened. I'd say, like, at best, probably like 2020 is when it flickered, but it might even be like 2019.
Too wet for me.
Well, like I said, I am doing the spear boost setup this run. It still fucking sucks, but it's better than the other one.
Nothing like a little man.
I'm also gonna skip the stack, because I don't really need it in this category, and it makes just setting up the ledge grab a little harder. So I'm just gonna, and a little slower, so I'm just gonna not grab the stack. I don't need it. I just have to hit like one extra thing in Rock Slide.
Boing. Upsy daisy.
Almost had it. But yeah, that's one of the complaints of the setup. If you miss it, you just automatically lose more time than with the other one because of the ledge grab. I just lost extra time.
I'm not feeling like a game of catch right now.
Like, normally I'd get like a 238 or a 239 with that kind of Nather Man, but I got a 240. And as we've seen, even a second can matter.
You really gotta try it.
Youch! Ow! Oops, forgot my floaties. Ow! Victory!
Yeah. I still think it'll low-key suck for all eternity, but if we can make it go from horrible to kind of AIDS, I mean, that's still a big improvement, right?
Jumping, jumper, jumperoo! The manliness has landed. Oh goodies! Another one!
Neutral potential. Yeah, I practiced it for like 25 minutes or something. I don't know what rate I was getting it at, but I think the most I ever got it originally, like before the setup, I think was like 40% of the time. If memory serves. And that was kind of like the peak with it. Fuck off, dude.
Vacuuming up manliness, even in the corners.
And that is how.
I did say the practice session went bad. That is not one of the things I missed.
Plankton is.
Breakfast skip, just like IRL. I do not remember that split name. I mean, you can have toast outside of breakfast. I like toast. It's like saying that you have to have ice cream when it's hot outside. What if you just want some ice cream? We should normalize, like, eating stuff not because it's a certain time of year or time of day, but because it just tastes good. We need to normalize that. If thing tastes good, then you can eat it.
Light as a feather, but heavy as a brick.
Did not happen in practice. Thank you. Yeah, no, breakfast, like, sucks.
Ouch. It's kind of hypnotic.
I like eggs, though. Eggs are pretty bussin'.
All hail Plankton! All hail Plankton! All hail Plankton!
Alright, if you remember, I lost a lot of time there on my PB, so... I don't know if I'm minus some in my PB right now, but I can't, if I'm plus, I can't be very plus at all. Probably max, like, +5.
Bring him to.
And this is why I was low-key considering not streaming today, because one of the things I went especially bad was 3 meter. Oh my god, fuck off, bro. I, like, accidentally opened the door in SCDA and lost a fucking ridiculous amount of time from that. I got a really bad now that I'm in combat, considering I didn't make any major mistakes. It was about as bad as it realistically could have been.
Treasure.
I had a very sloppy Neptune. I had a sloppy Weenie 2. I missed a super jump in Rock Slide and lost my speed 2 times.
How much of a man do I have to be?
I got 5 out of 7 not super jumps, Sunday jumps. I mean, that's not really a mistake, but that's kind of notable. I also hit a Knucklehead statue twice when I was only supposed to hit it once. And I missed a ring, and I had to reverse. Hello, Fireball. Yes, swap indeed. Dude, this run is so dead. Holy shit. I need to, like, not miss any Sunday gems for this run to not be dead as fuck.
Only Goofy Goop.
Yeah, well, if only these nuts. You know, I didn't count how many, like, I actually did not miss Sunday jumps in practice at all. I wasn't counting how many times I did it, but I probably did it, like, 8 times. Like, turning late is definitely, like, the strat. At the very least, to prevent rock lock is definitely the strat, because then there's, like, almost no chance of it happening. But even, I think it's just better anyway. The actual difficulty with Sunday Jump is remembering your own setup, I feel like. Like, I'll keep convincing myself I'm doing it the exact same way every time, but then I'll go on a streak of rock locks, and then, like, when you look back at it, it's like I was turning too fucking early. Rub skip. Kinda. Rub skip is more consistent than this shit. God, isn't rub it up skip just a fucking cool trick? It's a good trick. I'm glad it exists. It did kind of fuck no major glitches. And also really fucked ETU, but no one gives a fuck about ETU. Kill yourself. That's good, fireball.
Ice cream makes me dizzy.
Purple trying not to tell the game to kill itself. Impossible. Alright, now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Lamau. Only 6 more to go.
This is
I'd argue most strict. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think there was some candidates for that.
How was that for you?
Because if the trick were really, like, super strict, then doing it 7 times would be completely out of the question, I feel like. It's more that, like, it's not as lenient as it should be, and its downsides are pretty fucking bad. Yeah, I like that part. It'll happen occasionally in, like, fucking BBBH guitar. Kind of funny. Do you have any idea if Battle does that with shinies? Happens a lot in Sunday. There must be like a load point, like immediately after some boxes or something. There's gotta be like something like that. I'd say it's like 10% leniency. It's not very much though, yeah. Honestly, I would argue the spew boost is like probably worse than one Sunday jump. Actually, it's definitely worse. Even with this new setup, I'd say it's worse than one Sunday jump. But we're not doing one, we're doing fucking 7. So that's the problem. And early powers. Well, and AE and EPA. Honk. Yeah, I still don't understand that latte, like, honk. Like, it especially doesn't make sense with extras, like... Why do they not just behave exactly like Patrick Sucks? Like, they literally are just Patrick Sucks. Why do they not behave like it? It would have been, like, the easiest thing ever to literally just, like, copy-paste that exact thing, except you just, like, replace a sock with a chest. Honk. Like, that was, like, a little earlier than I probably should have done, but it worked. I feel like that actually had, like, a soft lock chance. Finally, infinite soft lock potential. At least it's not as bad as Dutchman in that regard. Could be worse. To be fair, most people would not think to pause when it's coming towards you anyway. Like, people just wouldn't... Like, most casual players would just not think about it anyway. I bet you most people don't see a Patrick Sock coming to them and then just, like, warp away as it, like, they probably just wouldn't even think about it. They would want to, like, make sure that they definitely picked it up, you know? It's still fucking stupid, like, I don't know what they were thinking, but, like, to just not copy-paste exactly how it works with Patrick Sucks, but it's not, it's, like, for, like, most casuals, it'll, like, never actually be an issue, I feel like. Also, yeah, this run is abysmal. I feel like if I miss it again, I feel like I basically have to reset. I mean, as it currently stands, the next time I could be minus, I think I made these splits so that I could miss SCDA Spongeball 2-frame, I think. But if I didn't, then the next time I could be minus is, like, Plank 2. And that's just, like... And then I have to, like, play to, like, all the splits. Like, I can't lose time on, like, any of the splits. I probably have to go for rubber to 1 frames. It's just not looking good for me right now. Like, it'll be hard to PB even with one missed jump, but two, I'd have to play so good.
Ice cream makes me dizzy.
Well, the best possible time is about to go up a lot. In its breath. I can tell you how much I lost. Compared to my gold.
So much destruction.
8 seconds. Five, but the run was not this fucking terrible when going into it. Yeah, if I missed one more Sunday jump in that run, I either would have PB'd by like a second, or I wouldn't have PB'd at all. Well, to put into perspective, like, how bad this run is actually looking, I don't like my best possible time to be, like, between, like, look, when I enter Rock Slide 2 and I look at the best possible time, if it's under a minute off the PB, then I don't like that, and look, like, even if I do the rest of this perfect, I'm gonna be like, let's see, my best possible time would still be, like, going into Rock Slide, like, 2:22, like, 31, or, I mean, 2:20, 31, or something like that. I mean, no, fucking, I was looking at the wrong thing, I just realized. I was looking at Sum of Best, but I still read it as like 221 or 222 somehow. So I was reading that all wrong. I can have a minute leniency into Rock Slide 2, but even that is still like not ideal. It's more like the minimum I can expect myself to get before I start reaching the point of like, okay, this shit's just unrealistic now. Like, I want to be at least a minute off. Like, I feel like the general thing is that if I'm within the minute, then I'll most likely have to go for Roboto 1 frames. Either way, I can't be too annoyed if this run dies because, I mean, fucking look at it. And also, it's the first run of the day. I've been streaming for about an hour, and it's all just been on this run. Like, really good way of filling up the time. Oh yeah, by the way, I would actually like to play Careful SpongeBob again. I don't know if I will today, but I want to. I've gotten more into it the more I've played. Like, after playing it the first time, I was like, I was enjoying it, but I was like, okay, this is gonna take a while to beat. Are people gonna, like, wait days and days, if not weeks, to, like, for the, like, the next time I play? Like, early 2021. Yeah, I was enjoying it more. Like, if anything, it kind of feels like the levels have gotten easier, but it's probably just me being used to that kind of difficulty now. But, like, when I think back to, like, the ball conveyor belt one and the turret one, damage boosting one, those two are, like, some of the hardest, I feel like. But I don't know if that's just, like, me not being used to it, or if, like, they actually were harder. I mean, there's still a couple I gotta do. I think the one I save stated on before I stopped playing, I think that one was, like, the hardest, or I mean, at least the longest one of the hack. Yeah, the movie's pretty good, and I like the game, too. I think I played the game and then watched the movie. Have a fun time with the final level. I don't like the sound of that. It'll probably take like 2 more sessions to beat, if I had to guess. Oh yeah, by the way, hello emulating. How's it going? Yeah, it's like almost definitely over. I need a miracle to bring this back. If that shit in Now to Man just like didn't happen, this like that would have been fine. Like getting 5 out of 7. Nice. I guess this would be around the time where people are, like, beginning to finish school. Because, like, my last day of school was also in, like, it was in early June. Why am I nitro? Okay, well, it doesn't matter anyway. Using up nitros is really bad because you'll lose even more if you miss Sunday Jump, but if I miss it again, I'm just gonna fucking reset anyway. So it doesn't matter. Alright, last legs. No checkpoints. Guy hates me. Well, I mean, it would, like, depend on, like, the school. Surely, right? Like... Well, the way it works in Wales, at least, is that it's actually, like, pretty damn structured, but from what I've heard from, like... Seems like in America, it just depends on your fucking school, practically, whenever you wanna... I lost 11 from that. That was a lot more than I thought. Yeah, this run's, like, dead. Well, not dead, but it's, like, very close to dead. Should I go for fucking block boost?
That's my favorite line ever.
I don't know. It's block boost is like extremely hard with when you're grabbing the extra. You can only barely make it. So not only is the trick itself, not only do I miss it more than I get it, but like with the extra as well. Well, basically my chances are, and I haven't done it in a long time. If I genuinely tried it now, the chances of me getting past this segment are probably like at best like 1 in 3. Probably more like a quarter. But like the run is like so close to death that I might try it.
Slipping.
I'm on cycle for it right now. I think. No, I'm not, because I went too fast, so I got a bad cycle. See, look, that almost hit me. I mean, this is kind of working, but yeah, see, look, I got hit. Like, you can't do that forever. Although, maybe it might be worth doing for the first, like, little bit. What if I stand, like, here? I mean, what's that gonna do? If you're still guitaring just as fast, it's still gonna hit you. See, look. I don't really... Well, still, didn't really fix the problem. Where was I standing? I forgot. This is probably good enough. Oh, no, I would want to kill that spitter, actually, like, immediately. So, I want to be, like... Where was it? Like, here? Yeah, it doesn't work. Though I do have an idea, actually. I have an idea. Can I stop getting hit by the TNT, please? What if you, like, do that on purpose, and then you can... Nah, because they're always moving. I don't know if that's... I mean... Yeah, no, they're just gonna keep moving out of your sight. I don't know. I mean, now that there's only 2 of them, it's not nearly as bad. But I don't know if this shit's actually, like, fast. I would need to, like, get a good wave 3 so that I can compare it, but, like, I never get good wave 3s. I did not mean to do that. I never get good wave 3s. You have a point. Let me try that. I have an idea again. This is a good way of killing the spitter. I think, like, this is... Bro, what a bitch. It sucks, too, because it takes fucking forever for the waves to start, because that's how I, like, asked Latte to do it. The problem is that he just always moves, like, over there. He seems to always do it. Like, he's just moving to such a shitty spot. Wait, different idea. Holy, we are cooking. Alright, well that still isn't great, but still though, I think as a beginning, that might actually be, like, quite fast. Rather than having to constantly, like, micromanage the fucking spit. I think that could be worth it. I don't know, I think that might be worth... Because, like, there's a good cue to do it. Like, there's a good visual cue. I reckon you can spin both of those at the same time and, like, cook even harder. Yeah, okay, because they seem to spit at you at the exact same time every time, so it's consistent. And then you want to leave one of them alive, and then you can just fucking you still can't really spam guitar, but, like, I think as a beginning, it just makes it more consistent and faster, probably. But, again, I don't know without a shadow of a doubt, but this just seems... I can't imagine this not being good, like, a good strat. For, like, the beginning. This is consistent. Because after you killed all the foggers, it seems to always take a few seconds. It prevents the other ones from spawning, so you always want to leave one. Yeah, I don't know if it actually is, but it... See, that's the thing. When you can see that you're about to get hit, I think you just gotta bail and just, like, move. But other than that, this seems consistent. But again, I don't have, like, a good Wave 3 to compare it to. When was the last time I had a good Wave 3? Like, I don't have... I'd have to, like, look deep into the fucking... into Red Foundation. Into the Red Foundation channel to, like, find a really good Wave 3, I feel like. Or I could just try and force one myself, but, like... See, like, yeah, so you need to know when to bail. That's the only thing. Although, because the projectile, like, if I'm gonna move anyway when it, I'm wondering if bowling would sometimes be actually faster in some instances. It's not as simple as that can, because then I gotta, like, constantly do that. Oh, fuck. Did I get him? I think I did. Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but I can just do it again. It seems like a lot of foggers are coming from behind, though, and I'm not facing them, which means, like, they have a better opportunity to... But then if I face away, then I won't even see where the spit is coming from, and I won't know if I can avoid it. So it does seem like facing the spitter is, like, the most consistent thing I can do, which sucks, because the foggers are coming from behind. Yeah, if I can find the time to do so, yeah. This is better, but for some reason I just can't do it without getting hit. Well, actually, BBBH combat does arguably have the most skill of all the combats, like, in its previous, because you have to micromanage the spit a lot. Like, health manage. It was really hard to keep track of, like, which one was which. Well, I actually think what I did there was good, right? I started facing away, SpongeBob away from the spitter, but I still had him in camera view so that I could, because I don't need to see the foggers, really. Like, it's more important that I think what I did just then was good. This still seems like the least consistent combat, but, like, I think I just made it, like... Alright, so let's say I finished, like, wave 2, like, over, like, here, and I'm like, how do I know that I'm in the right spot? Well, it's right here, and then all I have to do... Okay, yeah, I'm feeling good about this. Okay, I think we got that sorted. There's probably ways that you can optimize it, but at least for now, I don't want to waste any more time. I've been here for a while. I was here for like 15 minutes. I was not thinking about wave 2. I don't know, to be honest. I wasn't even thinking about wave 2.
Welcome.
Never fear, good citizens of Bikini
Well, yeah, because I
Bottom.
actually spent my
The
time
manager-
doing something that no movie runner would ever dare to do, play the game.
Yep. Excitement, adventure. Just another day in the life of a manager.
You probably can do a pretty similar thing for Wave 2, but I don't know if it'd be worth it. I don't even know how many spitters spawn in Wave 2,
Short slide from manager to,
honestly.
well, not manager. A manager is always prepared.
To see what
I'm feeling like more of a man already.
I feel like at that point, it could be better to just, like, stand where one of them will spawn and just guitar that. And then just bowl the foggers and then walk to the center and just guitar them a million times. I feel like that could arguably be better.
Never fear, good citizens of Bikini Bottom. The
Because otherwise, I have to predict, like, when to guitar, which I have to do in Now Though Men anyway, but that does leave for a little bit of inconsistency. I don't know if I want a repeat of that. When I could just stand exactly where it's gonna stand.
short slide from manager to, well, not manager.
I don't know, I would need to look into it, which I'd at least right now rather not do. I mean, I might not even get there this streams, in which case it doesn't matter. I can look into it, like, next practice session, that would be preferable. If, it depends on if I get a run there or not. I mean, I have a strat for Wave 3 anyway, so it's... You know, I'm likely to do well, I
Or
think.
is it just me? This is a job for a manager. This is a job for a manager.
And, considering I got as far as SCDA 2 on the first run, is it not fair to assume I could do it again, this attempt? I mean, the run was, like, really horrible since SCDA, so I arguably could have already reset there, but... You know... I think Depression combat is still, like, fucked. Like, I've tried guitaring there, it does not work. The slammers are way too fucking fast. The others keep respawning even if you stand in the same place where one would have spawned. Just, like, it doesn't matter, bro. It's just, like, they keep coming back. You don't need ice physics glitch when you get to combat, but you still don't want to get hit. Yeah, no, it's completely unneeded except for Flooding Block. In this category, you would also want it for ice skating, I think, right? Oh, no. I mean, no, I think you go the same speed in ice skating, but ice skating makes you lose ice physics glitch. But that doesn't really matter. There's also the depression extra. If you go in the casual way, you'll move slower. When you start moving on the ice floor, you'll start moving slower. So you lose, like, a little bit of time there. But, like, who the fuck is that relevant to?
SpongeBob.
Yeah, but yeah, getting hit is bad because then the foggers will laugh at you and won't move towards you. You know what I wish was, like, fast? Box state. Because, like, could you imagine, like, the enemies run towards you but they can't hurt you? Like, that'd be so fast. Like, no more fucking, like, nonsense. You could just basically spam guitar the entire time. Which we already do for Wave 2 and 3 of Now the Main Combat, but, like, that's a little different because, like, there's still a lot that can go wrong. But if you could do it for, like, all of the combats, all of the waves, you would just be, like, it would just be really fast. I mean, compared to, like, theoreticals, it probably would be faster to not use Ice Physics Glitch, like, in theory. I mean, box state. But when it comes to, like, you know, realistically, you would want to enable it, probably. True. It's because a lot of boxes are used for, like, side challenges and shit.
It's going up. There's the edge of town.
With the
Plankton is.
I'm not feeling like a game of catch right now. Upsy daisy.
At the Jump Bucket, every purchase comes with a free bucket helmet. Get yours today.
I feel like this run could get past SD-102. I'm feeling confident today. Despite the practice session. I don't know, I mean, I guess I'm on a roll right now. I mean, that run, like, was technically not dead for quite a while. You know, I had it going for a long time, and, we just found yet another consistency boost. It's most likely faster as well. Yeah. I'm hoping that we won't have a repeat of what happened before, and I'm hoping it won't take, like, 50 fucking days to PB by 6 seconds again. I would prefer to think that that was some kind of extreme fluke. Because it's an awful segment. So, like, getting it out of the way ASAP is, like, prioritized. If I reset here, then I reset, like, 2 minutes faster. And I've reset here several times since the reroute. Which means that, like, I've saved a lot of time. Oops. I should have just gone for the extra. It would have been faster at that point. But my brain was like, no, I don't do this now. No, I must lose time. It's also part of the reason why I did a reroute for Sunday 2 as well. It saves 6 scrolls, but like the actual reason why I implemented it was because you get to do Sunday 2 like 2 minutes sooner, like 2.5 minutes maybe. And I've reset there many times, so literally just like it's basically the same idea. Wow, okay, I mean that was just cancer. But as you can see, I reset 2 minutes faster because of that, because I, like, almost never reset to steamed early in SpongeBob. Not really worth it, because you only do Sandwich Out of Bounds once. And then you do Rub-a-Dub Skip and Rub-a-Dub Skip again late, yeah, that's why it's not worth it in no pause storage. You'd have to do Rub-a-Dub 1 frames, like, 3 minutes later. That's actually, like, not worth it. It'll also have, like, the opposite effect, where, like, because sandwich driving would be earlier in the run, I would reset a lot more often. Which would just feel shit. And it doesn't apply here because I'm only moving it 2 minutes earlier. In no pause storage, I do it, I think, as late as I can, almost. Not as late as I can, but, like, not too far off. Which means that, like, I can actually, like, get runs going.
Welcome.
Never fear, good citizen.
It would be more painful to, like, get Rub-a-Dub 1 frames and then miss Sandwich Out of Bounds and reset. I mean, the other way around. It'd be a lot more painful to, you know, get both Sandwich Out of Bounds, like, everything's going according to plan, and then I miss the Rub-a-Dub 1 frames.
It's a short slide from manager to, well, not manager. A manager is always prepared.
To see what
Nothing like a little man.
And all extras is just straight up goated because you don't even do a second Sandwich Out of Bounds is fucking terrific. It makes the segment, like, free as fuck. Also very boring and longer, but it's worth it. To have that fucking AIDS not go beyond, like, the first 6 minutes of the run, it's fucking awesome. You know what would be, like, the worst reroute in fucking history is if I did that all tokens Creek late route. Because to do it, you'd have to do all 4 sandwich driving tokens, like, literally in a row. You have to, like, load into 3K with not enough tokens, so then you have to do SD102 early to compensate. I don't do that shit because it saves, like, 3 seconds or something. And is, like, easily chokeable. And it'd be the worst thing of all time. Could you imagine doing 4 sandwich drivings, and then the run dies to, like, fucking steamed or kill myself? Or bounceless? Good lord. What if you do SD102 and Rub-a-Dub 2 before BBBH? Can't do that. You load into BBBH, and then, like, waste the load. That ain't it. The only earlier that I could do Rub-a-Dub 2, you know when you, like, grab the warp, and then you warp to SpongeBob? I could warp to Rub-a-Dub 2 then. Which actually, like, could arguably be worth it. But I don't want to because I don't know. It just seems kind of like Rub-a-Dub, like, I don't know. I feel like Fast Corkscrew is arguably harder than Rub-a-Dub Skip. honestly. It's the one frames, but if my run weren't so optimized, I wouldn't need the one frames anyway. I don't know, I just like to get that trick out of the way and, like, the 2-frame. Because Bungee and Float and Block are really easy 2-frames. So, like, the next, like, notable 2-frame in the run, then, is, like, SCDA Sponge Bowl, so it's just kind of nice to have such a long string of just not needing to worry about the 2-frames. I like to get them out of the way. But yeah.
A new path. Going up. Bridge is going up. There's the edge of town.
With the
Plankton.
Nothing like a little man type stuff.
There, let Plankton take you away. At the jump bucket, every purchase comes with a free bucket helmet. Get yours today.
Whoa! It's a freshman. I'm not feeling like a game of catch right now.
Nothing can stop me now.
That's my favorite line.
Back to sandwich driving we go. I'm glad I'm like rarely making routing mistakes anymore. I kept like trying to warp to Bungee and then realizing I'm not supposed to, and then I go back to, and then I actually go to sandwich driving. I would just do shit like that. Or, like, after 3K Sponge Ball, I would sometimes try to warp the sandwich driving. I bonked 5 milliseconds into this level. No, I want to do the bonk command. You can't do the bonk command. I have dibs on it. Oh yeah, I think I said this on stream last stream, but I was planning on having my birthday present be the Xbox adapter thing, input display thing, but the shipping is really expensive, and I could PB any day with all these consistency boosts I'm getting, so it would just be a waste. And then I don't think wireless controllers work with it. I don't think. So I probably have to get a wire controller, and then there's Jam's present used up. When I have, like, a ton of wireless controllers that are completely usable. It'd be, like, such a horrible use of money. Because, like, after speedrunning, what am I supposed to do with input display, like, realistically? It's, like, a kind of neat thing, at best. Like, what am I, like, supposed to... Like, outside of speedrunning, what am I supposed to do with it?
It's going up. There's the edge of town.
I'm not becoming a speedrun coach. But yeah, instead I'm probably just gonna ask my parents and my brother for, like, a game. Because, like, the 3 well, they're actually all Switch games. The 3 games I've had on the brain recently are, like, Metroid Prime Remastered, that one Kirby 3 game, and, Pikmin 4. Those are the games I've been thinking about getting.
So much destruction.
If I wanted to be, like, absolutely devious, I could be like, oh yeah, don't get me anything for my birthday, but when it hits Christmas, you can buy me Pokemon XD, because that shit's like 170 quid. But, like, God, I'm not paying 170, well, I'm not using up the equivalent of 170 quid. Like... for a game that I don't even really think is, like, good. That game is, like... if you try to catch all of the Shadow Pokemon, it's genuinely not a good game. Next time I play it, in, like, a year or two, I'm gonna try only catching Pokemon I actually want to use. It'll make it so much more enjoyable. And it'll get more XP because I'm KOing more Pokemon as well, so I won't have to grind as much. That sounds terrific, Latte. But that would be a better gimmick if I were, like, more popular, because it'd be funny, but, like... yeah, I'm not spending that much money. The adapter, including shipping, literally costs, like, 40 quid. And that's under the assumption that I wouldn't need to buy another controller. And if I do, make that like 70 or 75 quid. 75 quid. And by the time it arrives, I could have already PB'd by then. It'll take like 3 weeks. The second cheapest shipping option was like $60. And like... and the cheapest one was like $20. I expect the games to have backwards compatibility, but I don't know if they're gonna actually, like, tap into the hardware. I think it could be a thing of only a select few games tap into the hardware. It's possible that, like... I mean, like, well, Paper Mario, honestly, I feel like it probably could get a patch, like, to be 60 FPS, but, like, when it comes to games like... I don't know. I mean, like, would they even give, for example... I could see them giving Tears of the Kingdom a boost, but I don't think they give Breath of the Wild a boost. Because that could, like, if people have a reason to, like, play Breath of the Wild, like, at a good resolution and frame rates, they might be like, oh, well, I'm really getting my money's worth out of this game now. I don't need to buy Tears of the Kingdom, you know? I think there'll be a smart strategy on Nintendo's end if they only give a patch to Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, I also expect a lot of third-party games as well to not really get boosts. Yeah. Honestly, right? I would be willing to pay for, like... Imagine if, like, nearly every game on the Switch got patched to, like... On the Switch 2 got patched to be better. But you had to pay, like, a couple dollars, like, per game. I think I'd be okay with that, TBH. I mean, I got a lot of games, but, like, by the time... You know, how much am I really paying, then, for all of my games to get, like, significantly patched? And to be infinitely more playable with half of them? Some of them are fine anyway, like Odyssey, but yeah, like... I could have them, like... It only cost me, like, $40, $50 to, like, get everything patched. I wouldn't actually mind. Or maybe you just pay an upfront, like, $60 fee, and then, like, every game, they're all just automatically, like... I'd be fine with that, too, TBH. I don't want to give Nintendo ideas, but I'm just saying, like, it could do us a lot of good. Compared to not getting a patch at all.
Bro.
I was able to tell, at least. As someone, like, I don't know if you... I've played the original, and I've played the remake. You can really feel it in the menus. They feel nothing. I have no memory of doing Ring. I'm not exaggerating. I have zero memory of doing any part of Ring. Of any kind. I just, like, went forward in time to when I'd already done it. Like... Surely I would have remembered attempting Ring Extra. Nope, absolutely nothing. I remember my no cheese better than I remembered that Ring challenge.
I'm not feeling like a game of catch right now.
Like, what the fuck? Also, yeah, when you move Mario around, it's not that noticeable. It's mostly menus oddly moving around, but it's mostly the menus. So far, I don't know if I actually prefer the remake over the original. I haven't played it enough, granted. I've only played it for like 2 hours, but like my gripe with it is that... Okay, yeah, it looks better. And it's widescreen. But the original already looks good. And it's a higher frame rate, and I care about frame rate more than visuals. So low-key, might actually kind of prefer the original at the moment. But I don't know what changes it made. The important thing to remember, though, is that the GameCube version costs like $100 fucking dollars. So even if the remake is like slightly worse, it's still the best way to play the game, like legally. Still officially the best way to play the game. Because it's half the price. Half the price for, like, a game that's either just as good or is, like, 5% worse, maybe. So far, like, it's... Waffling, true. Hundo's the kind of category that'd be, like, way more painful to do offline. I feel like I've only been able to stomach it for this long because during, like, Rock Slide 2 and shit, I can just fucking talk. Granted, if I wasn't streaming, but I was still doing runs, I would just listen to, like, a YouTube video or something. But yeah, I would, still definitely not be as enjoyable. Yeah. Offline runs just made me more mad. When I was going for 58 and no SBA, I was just straight up, like, offline. Like, I was straight up toxic. On the first, like, couple weeks of attempts, like, I remember one of the times I literally, like, fucking dropped my controller on the ground. I would grip it really hard and just, like, kind of, like, twist it almost a little bit. Because that game is just, like, it's an expert at just, like, having easy things go wrong. Like, you don't notice that you have a slightly slow cruise boost. So when you go out of bounds in JF, you, like, barely can't make it and drown in the lake. Or, like, Sleepy Skip only ever doesn't work when you're on a good run. You know, shit like that. But yeah, like, I would get really, really angry when playing that game. But it isn't just that, it's also, like...
You have to
This was before 2023, but, like, when I would play, like, ETU and stuff offline, I would get really, like, mad really quick. I would literally fail, like, 2 runs in a row to, like, creek frame, and I'd genuinely, like, start getting really pissed off, as if I've been stuck there for, like, an hour. I feel like streaming just keeps me in check, like, keeps my emotions in check. Like, when I play games with people, or when I stream, is, like, when I'm at my most, like, my calmest, I guess. But, like, when I'm just left to my own thoughts to, like, play something for myself, yeah, it's definitely when I get the most pissed off. Yeah, Cardin, I've seen videos on, like, overclocking the Switch to see how Breath of the Wild runs and stuff like that, and it can run. If you put it, like, I've seen people, like, put the specs in, like, a case with, like, proper airflow, and then they overclock it, and it's, like, constantly hooked up to power, and it's, like, it can run really well, actually. It's amazing. It just goes to show how underclocked it is in the first place. Like, if I recall correctly, the CPU is just underclocked for the battery. I think the component should overclock, like, when it's docked. Nintendo probably just didn't want it to be, like, a significant drop when you, like... They wanted the experience to feel seamless when you switched to handheld, but I don't think that was the move, because it just, like... 2024 games... They all run like shit on the Switch, bro, you know? It's just like... Are you talking about Maria? She's blonde. Yeah, it's best to try and, like, not let the game get the best of you. Sometimes you just can't help it, but it's like, it's definitely good to like make an effort to... I don't get as mad at the game as I used to back in like 2020 and 2021. But like what really helps me at the end of the day is like a chat. Especially when there's like no stakes in what I'm doing. I remember like when I VC'd with Cardin and we raced Cosmic Shake. And there was like one part of downtown. I don't remember like exactly what it was, but I kept failing literally like 5 times in a row. I just failed this like extremely basic casual movement thing. And I was in the middle of talking while it was happening, and I did not change my tone of voice at all when it was happening. I was just talking because I didn't really care that it happened. Because I was in a VC just having a good time. Yeah, or if it's like some fucking 2D pixelated game, in which case, like, yeah, of course it'll run really good. But I'm kind of tired of those kind of games. Like, half of the indie games out there just have to be, like, 2D pixelated platformer. Like, you're allowed to have your own personality. Cosmic is good. It's actually been a year since I played it. So I was actually thinking, like, what if I streamed it again and we can look... Because it's been updated multiple times, you know, we could look back and see, you know, now that it's aged, you know, how is this current patch, like, you know, did the game live up to the hype and all that shit? Yeah, Carden, there's,
The gates are locked.
when you say, like, the devs not, like, caring, or, like, not optimizing, I actually have, like, a really good example that I just screenshotted, but I don't have the time to paste it into chat right now. But it's a Homelander, it's a screenshot of Homelander, and you can see, like, the... Well, I was about to say it looks like it comes from a different generation, but it does. But I mean, like, no, it looks like it comes from, like, 2 generations ago. It's a PS3 comparison versus a Switch comparison. Yeah, I haven't played Cosmic in like a year, except for like the first 2 levels. I've replayed those a few times, but other than that... I don't know what tweet you're talking about. I'm not screenshotting a tweet. AAA devs hiring a mobile company to make a Switch port of Ultra Realism Sex God goes to Guam 2024, and people clown on the Switch for not being able to run a game designed for the 4090. Yeah. Although, I will say, though, to be fair, some of those games are just so obviously not going to run well on Switch that you have to wonder why the companies even try in the first place. Yeah, game actually runs really well on iOS. It loads it really fast, and I didn't drop frames when playing it. Genuinely pretty good version of the game. Obviously, it's not really fair to compare the two, but it's, again, it makes you wonder if this is what it's gonna look like, then why the fuck did they even bother in the first place? It almost feels like devs, like, overestimate the Switch's specs, and they're like, oh my god, if we want this to look good, we actually have to put in effort, and they don't put in effort. Hello, Shadow. What's going on? I'm doing well, I would say. I hope you are also doing well. Yeah, that's, I'm not showing that comparison to be like, the Switch is bad, it's to show that, like, that's the problem. Half of the third-party games that take effort to port look like that, because the devs don't try. Or they port a game where it's like, dude, it's just too resource-heavy, like, why are you even bothering? Yeah, isn't it fucking crazy? Like, I wonder if during the PS1 and N64 days, I wonder if devs were complaining about, like, how much harder they were to make compared to 2D games. And then now we have games now where they're like, way, like, they're way more advanced. Fair. It's hard to find a game that you will, like, stick with and enjoy and be like, yeah, I'm glad I bought this. There have been times where I've bought games, I don't play them, and then they go on a big sale afterwards, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, Persona 5 Royal, right? I got her on PC, because if you like, pre-ordered it, it was, like, cheaper, I think. But then, I waited so long to play it that I can get it for, like, half the price now. Like, you would have thought that knowing that that could happen would encourage me to play more games, but it really doesn't. I still drop games so fast. Cool. Oh yeah, the other day I was in CEX and I saw a SpongeBob. I think it was the first season. Like the box set for the first season, I think. I'm kind of surprised that worked. Did you see how close I was to the ground before I lagged? I must have only generated a small amount of lag. Honestly, Carden, I could see Microsoft, like, in the future not making any more Xboxes because, like, they're not gonna have any exclusives anymore, and then people will be like, I'm not buying this Xbox then, there's no exclusives. And then Microsoft will be like, well, GG everyone. It's kind of amazing how fucking boring consoles are when there's no exclusives.
So many choices, so little time.
Yeah, that's a lot of episodes.
How you like me now?
What's up, gaming guy? $25, Jesus.
This place.
That's really awesome and fair.
Right? These just ooze macho. Boing. Boing.
Yeah, I mean, they have the advantage of ease of use for, like, dummies. And also, like... I don't know, I mean, you get a controller that you could use on PC as well if you wanted to, and, relative to how much you paid, the console is quite powerful, but after paying for, like, online and everything, for, like, year after year, by the time you stop using the console, like, PC, you could have just used that money on, like, PC. I feel like console...
Vacuuming up manliness.
modern consoles are, like, best for people with, like, money, but, like, not enough money to get a better PC than what they can get for console. But, like, in the long run, you'll arguably spend more money. But it could be money that they don't have right now, so they need to, like... But they're willing to spend money on, like, online and stuff as the years go on, because then they'll get money. I think the issue is not initially having money.
Is the room spinning or is it just me?
Fuck off, dude. That's so unfair. God, it doesn't matter how many luck elements you take away from BBBH and Natherman and all that, like, this Natherman combat. There's always gonna be some fucking unfair shit that kills your run. I could remove, like, every luck element ever, except for, like... extremely minor stuff and, like, fake ring, and I'd still like fake ring, so it's like... I don't see what difference it would make. The ball is already... it's already been shot. I don't think it matters at all. Because, like, why would it? Unfair. The ball can't change, like, trajectory Like, after it's already been shot. If anyone, well, I'm jumping out of habit, but it could, like, normal, like, because after I land from the jump, I know I further forward to, like, back.